Thank you. Diener says failure can be harmful if parents see it as something the child can't change about themselves. The way a child sees failure is influenced by how the parent sees it as well. Next, we turn to a very difficult, well, what can be a difficult experience for some couples. Starting a family. Some turn to in vitro fertilization, an expensive and invasive procedure. Deanie Wimmer explores the financial, physical, and emotional toll such treatments can take on a family.
Camille and Palmer Hawkins met at Utah State. They fell in love and were married.
We've traveled the world together.
Since then, they've been through a lot together.
We decided we wanted to start having kids about a year after we were married. We soon learned that we would struggle.
They went through a number of fertility treatments, including 2 rounds of in vitro fertilization.
Both of those were unsuccessful. I asked Palmer, if this doesn't work, can we get a dog?
Their family grew.
Diego.
But they still wanted to be parents.
Every month when you're dealing with infertility is a roller coaster.
Dr. Gurchev is a reproductive endocrinology infertility specialist.
Probably the most invasive and aggressive thing that we can do is something called in vitro fertilization.
It takes a toll physically, financially, and emotionally. The Hawkins faced a question many couples dealing with infertility ask themselves. When does in vitro fertilization become too much?
Well, we were given very low chances of ever having a child.
Catherine May Brown hasn't been able to answer that question. Brown always wanted 5 or 6 children. After 5 rounds and multiple other procedures, she and her husband Kurt welcomed a son.
We had to work really hard for it, and we went through a lot to get him. Physically, it's hard putting all of those medications into your body every month.
So women are giving themselves daily injections for sometimes 2 to 3 weeks at a time.
Brown says headaches, nausea, swelling, and bruising are common.
And those hormones are really, really strong.
And it's no secret, in vitro costs thousands of dollars. Besides qualifying for a money-back guarantee program, the Hawkins say,
We just were able to do it with the help of our family members and with saving.
If I think about all the things I could have done with that money, buy a house, nicer cars, go on vacation, I'd rather have him.
Both couples agree the hardest part isn't physical or financial stress.
I think probably the bigger thing that I see couples struggling with is the emotional toll.
We had so much hope, you know.
I was pretty frustrated, and I remember Camille being at the breaking point emotionally where we just had to do something else.
They began grieving having biological children.
Once we started that, we realized that we could adopt, and it would be a wonderful thing.
On December 16th, they did.
It was amazing at how quickly we just fell in love with her.
The question about when is enough, I don't know that I can answer that for anyone.
But Brown says she's not ready to stop.
Next week, I will go through my 14th egg retrieval. I love being a mom. It's the greatest thing on earth, and so going through in vitro, it's just so worth it.
You really only get one shot at this journey of life, and so figure out what it is you really want most and go after it.
Deanie Wimmer reporting there. Finally this week, our pick for the clean cut. Wes and Barbara Nathanson show what 56 years of marriage can add to a rendition of Love is an Open Door from Frozen.
Okay, can I just say something crazy?
Oh, I love crazy.
All my life.
The couple met in high school after Wes won a singing contest. 6 weeks after their first date, the two eloped and later had a son and a daughter. Disney posted the video to YouTube, and we'll let you enjoy it as we say so long. Thanks for watching. I'm Dave McCann. Music in the Spoken Word is coming up next. We'll see you next Sunday.
But with you.
I found my place. And it's nothing like I've ever known before. Love is an open door. Love is an open door. Love is an open door.